right, it's a primary night. It's a big primary night. It kind of feels like Christmas because tonight we are finally going to see what happens to Liz Cheney, the congresswoman from Wyoming. Cheney is expected to get clobbered tonight as she goes up against the Trump-backed challenger in the primary, Harriet Hageman. The vice chairwoman of the very, very credible January 6th committee has gone full throttle anti-Trump after voting with him very consistently while he was in power, which to me is proof that somewhere inside of this Trump-hating daughter of a warmonger is a woman who knows just how good Trump's presidency was for the country in actuality. Wyoming is a state where Trump had the largest margin of victory in the 2020 election. They love Trump in Wyoming. Cheney has been asking Democrats to change party and vote for her, which is hilarious that she thinks that she has that kind of loyalty from Democrats just because she hates Trump. And Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz joins us now to talk about this. I know you're just as giddy as a lot of us are, Congressman. It's good to see you tonight. What happens tonight? What's your big prediction?
Well, Donald Trump certainly broke Liz Cheney from a congressional leadership standpoint, politically in Wyoming and otherwise. Tonight, I think we get the final verdict on the January 6th committee. The whole theory of the case for the Cheneys was that this would create such a shift in our political tectonic plates that it would send Democrats running to Liz Cheney, and it would ensure that no Republican again would support Donald Trump. Well, I think what we'll find out in Wyoming with a lot of great patriots in flyover country is that they're actually worried about their needs. They're worried about a Biden administration that has attacked energy in our country. They worry about inflation rising, spending increasing, and instead of focusing on those things that actually matter to the people of Wyoming, Liz Cheney went off on this personal, grudge adventure against Donald Trump. And while she'll try to spin this loss into some sort of a presidential campaign, I doubt that there is any more a large constituency for Liz Cheney in any political party.
The fact that she seems to think that Democrats support her in any kind of way because she's getting all this fanfare for hating Trump, I think is her biggest, is her poorest estimation of this. I think she's way off on that. She's asking Democrats to change party for her in this state. She is, we use this phrase a lot on this show because there's so many of them today. She is the useful idiot. She's just, we're only going to adore you while you're going to do this one thing from us, and then we're going to just throw you away, which is what Democrats are going to do to this woman.
Yeah, Liz Cheney has always been for forever wars, whether that's in Iraq, Afghanistan, or with the Republican Party. She's now decided to pick a forever war with Donald Trump and her own constituents, and she's certainly going to lose tonight as a consequence. And whenever you're a Republican who's tried to start 3 wars before lunchtime tomorrow, and you end up begging Democrats to cross over and vote for you, it's not really the yellow brick road to electoral success, particularly in a state like Wyoming, where I think you're going to find people in Wyoming like you find throughout the American West, throughout the Midwest, and in a lot of our towns and villages throughout the land. People are worried about their own needs. They see they're not being met by their traditional Washington politicians. Folks in Wyoming are going to send Liz Cheney back home to Northern Virginia.
Only got about 20 seconds left, but there's these impeachment Republicans, the Republicans that voted to impeach Donald Trump. There's 10 of them. And they're almost all gone at this point, and we could lose another one tonight. I think there's only a couple left after this, either retiring or they got bumped out. It is something to watch Trump just go scorched earth on this crew.
It wasn't just impeachment. It was Joe Biden's infrastructure agenda that oftentimes found support among these folks. The Republican Party will be better without him in Washington.
Very much agree with that. Congressman Matt Gaetz, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Rob.